Tendulkar showed early signs of his liking for the conditions.
The first boundary of the Indian innings. Good confident shot by the Indian captain.
But as his partner disappeared in unfortunate fashion, India were on the back foot early. At this stage, Rahul Dravid walked into yet another tricky one-day situation.
Is the new man out there for India.
Once there's that stamp on you that you're not a one-day player. I mean, he had that stamp a few years back, and that stamp or that tag is, I think, removed now. But in India, as I said, for somebody who is not a very attacking player, it can get difficult. So it's never easy for somebody like Dravid to play a limited overs game in front of a home crowd.
That day was to prove different.
Really textbook. Lovely footwork, goes forward, gets his balance back, right up on the toes.
Right from the first ball, I thought I felt really good. I timed the ball beautifully. I hit the ball right off the middle of the bat. It was a good batting wicket, and me and Sachin really got going quite early. And he really knew that unless you made a mistake that day, you were in for something big.
All the tricks in the book were being unleashed early by the Kiwis.
Obviously, at the touch, Rahul Dravid is in. He's trying to upset him a bit. But he's an old hand. I suppose he might have been invited him out for a dinner.
He's not the type who'd really get flustered by it. In fact, he'd probably make him more determined and a little more aggressive, which is what we want in Rahul Dravid, because he's got everything else. And if that aggression comes into his batting, he's even more devastating.
When Dravid came to bat, he had tremendous form behind him. You could see it in his footwork, in the way he placed the ball, and also his timing. He batted like a dream.
No, just up a little bit more, and it's worked beautifully. Wit and hammered away on the offside. That's a glorious shot. That's rocketed into the fence. That's a good shot. It's ruined what might have been a pretty good over.
You knew that on a good wicket like that, when you had two good batsmen going and sort of batting well, then you can set it up for a big score.
Never go fine. That's a poor line. Hands on head for the bowler, but good shot. Beautiful placement. Impeccable.
They had to remind that it's so important for India to put up a sizable score, a huge score, above 270, 280. And if only one had dominated or one had attacked, then that would not have been possible. That is why it was important for both of them to attack.
Dravid was not only keen on the boundaries, he was keen on the singles as well. Almost too keen.
It's just a little tense in judging singles. So I think his judgment and his confidence level is what's taken a beating, not his physical fitness side of it.
So forget the singles, Dravid seemed to say. Let's get some boundaries away.
So boundary to end the over. That should be 4. Dravid getting into superb position there to play that shot. He'll have to hurry, but he'll get it. It's a 21st 50 for Rahul Dravid in one-day internationals. He's found a gap on the onside. That was too short. That's 4. Good shot.
It was, I think, an inning which probably Dravid must have enjoyed the most at the international level. You could also see him smiling time and again with Tendulkar. So it was a very enjoyable afternoon for Dravid. You don't see him smile often enough.
And Dravid also had the best seat in the house to enjoy the Tendulkar magic.
One of the better shots he's played today to get 100. Yet another one-day 100 to Tendulkar.
We just kept ourselves going. We knew there was a good wicket and we didn't want to try and lose as many wickets as possible. We said we'd sort of try and keep wickets in hand towards the end and so that we could sort of accelerate. And that's what we did. We kept wickets in hand and we accelerated. We didn't lose too many wickets and that sort of set up the big score.
Rahul Dravid's turn this time. Bit of improvisation. Great spearman will not get there. So the man moves closer to his one-day 100. Everybody on the edge of their seats. 5 men inside the 30 yards to save the single. 100, number 7 for Rahul Dravid.
There are times when a batsman cannot get a few shots, however much he tries it. And there are only few shots he's able to play on a particular day, but that didn't happen. And I think that was one of the most unique features of Dravid's inning, is that he was able to keep pace with a batsman like Tendulkar. And it's easy to fade in comparison, you know, when Tendulkar is batting. But Dravid made his presence felt.
Rahul Dravid duly reached his 100. And at this stage, India were in a commanding position. The crowd that came up to watch this match in Hyderabad witnessed some fireworks. Tendulkar and Dravid were on the rampage.
That's another beautiful shot by Rahul Dravid. Pulls and pulls well in the gap. Had to get out of the way.
There's so many fans in India, Rahul Dravid's fans, and they like him to play like that more often. And on that occasion, he did that.
That's gone all the way. Just the kind of form that the batsman is in. I don't think that really was the intention of Rahul Dravid to go all the way over the top.
Shots like the one that he played against Chris Gaines, almost a one-handed lofted shot that went for a 6, it was quite unbelievable.
Incredible shot again, searching for the Yorker. Was corner. Another boundary. Second one in this over.
Just gave himself a bit of room. Made his first movement outside leg stump, freed the arms up even more, down on the back knee. Classical stuff.
The Kiwi skipper had no options left. All he could do was to sit back and bear the carnage.
That smash out of the ground.
You're batting Sachin Tendulkar and that makes a huge difference. If he bats for that much time, he's going to score a lot of runs. And at one stage, it looked like he might even get a double 100, but he fell short by a few, and you know, it was great to watch him at the other end.
That's put away. That's food and drink for Rahul Dravid. The 300 comes up for India. That smash back. Another boundary. And what a welcome to the
bowling crease.
When an average Indian fan goes to a cricket ground in India, he is hoping to see Tendulkar click, if not Tendulkar, Dravid or Ganguly. So he got Tendulkar and Dravid together. It couldn't have been a better outing for a cricket fan.
Finally, the Kiwis got a wicket. Dravid was out, but not before adding a massive 331 runs with Tendulkar, a world record partnership for any wicket in one-day cricket.
So superb innings from Rahul Dravid has come to an end. 153. He'll deserve the standing ovation he gets.
We never really knew about the partnership as such, whether it would be a world record or not, but you know, it ended up being a world record. So that was a great feeling, and it's nice to have that sort of record, you know, with you, and something you can cherish, really.
Yes, I think they were just being carried away with the tide, and they were really enjoying that inning going on. And I do believe that they're probably oblivious to what the world record actually was, and I don't think they knew when they crossed it. It was just one of those days that everything was working right, and they were playing magnificently.
It's such a busy game, one-day cricket, that you don't have time really to think about records unless you come very close to it. So, you know, they must have just played the ball as it came, and it turned out that both were having a special day, and everything was just clicking the way they wanted it.
Dravid went from 100 to 150 in blazing fashion. India were in total control at this stage. Tendulkar and he added 331, which is a record for any wicket in one-day internationals.
He may have lost his partner, but Tendulkar wasn't finished just yet. The Kiwis were in the middle of a savage onslaught.
New ball and picked away for a big one. And again. Once again he finds the boundary. So he's moved on to 174. He's one short of Kapil Dev's 175. That's glorious. That's absolutely brilliant. The second highest score by an Indian in one-day internationals. Even Jadeja enjoyed it. Picked away, 182.